Today I'm going to be working on painting some doll stands. I've been meaning to do this for a while, I just haven't gotten around to it. It wasn't really a priority of mine. But basically, we are in the process of like dusting all of my doll displays and retaking photos of the dolls and stuff. That means when I usually do my Disney dolls, I kind of reset the shelves. My Cinderella doll that I got Winter Dream Cindy a while ago, this is the stand I painted for her, and I like the idea of it, but I'm just really not happy with how the lettering turned out. So I've been meaning to redo it. That's why it actually never got finished. I never cut the dowel because I didn't have the dowel when I made it. And then on my like miscellaneous shelf, I want to make one of my Tinkerbell dolls a stand because she sits awkwardly and it'd be a lot of fun to give her like a really cool stand. And then these are actually old stands I made for my Monster High dolls. So you guys wouldn't know this, but basically the first year I collected Monster High, I displayed them all, and at some point they were living on these like shelves over here. But I ended up getting so many that I just couldn't fit them all on display, and it was like a lot of time making them all of these stands. So they ended up getting put away so that like my Disney dolls and Moxie Girls and stuff could have more room. But I still have the stands, and kind of to save me time from having to like cut these down to size, Colleen's new Harry Potter dolls, her Hogwarts Heroes, need stands. So this is obviously like too tall for them, so I'm going to like cut down the dowel to the right size, sand all of the white paint off, and I'll probably keep these waste pieces because I can slide them up and down, as you can see. That way I'm like recycling some of the wood. I do that a lot. I've recycled a lot of things over the years. So since I don't need like, I don't know, I probably had like 60 stands for Monster High dolls. I never need that many, even if I'm like taking a photo of sorts. So we're gonna use these, and that way Harry, Ron, and Hermione can stand up. Hi Oliver, are you going to help? So now that I've sanded down the stands and wiped them off, and I also cut the dowel to the right size, I'm gonna paint them. Ron, Harry, and Hermione's are actually outside. I spray painted them instead because they were already spray painted before when they were Monster High stands. And I've come up with my lettering here for Tinkerbell's stand. I usually base all of my fonts off of the movie font. I'll have to dig out my sketchbook to reference for Cindy's, my old sketchbook. This is my newer one. I've officially spent the better part of a few hours working on these, so they're now sealed and I'm just letting them dry. I'll show you what they look like when the dolls are on them.
About a month ago, when we got the alligator for the guinea pigs and the hammock for the chinchillas, wasn't the only thing we bought. We also got this extremely nice cage and that extremely nice little wheel over there, the yellow wheel. You're wondering, Colleen, what lives in this cage? Well, it's time to address the elephant in the room, or should I say the hamster in the room. That back there, you can't really see her because she's hanging out by her dish. That's Bonnie, the hamster. She is a Chinese dwarf hamster. I got Bonnie because a few months back I was talking to some friends at work that had a hamster that they were kind of tired of. They're college girls, and they didn't really get to spend a lot of time with her because most of the time she lived at home and they lived in a dorm. didn't really get to spend a lot of time with her, and she was always escaping and going in the closet and chewing clothes.
You have to see Clyde
So,
on the cat scratcher.
oh my lord.
He's just sitting there.
Can you see Clyde? Clyde!
What are you doing, cutie?
Clyde! Oh my. It's Clyde.
Wound up.
Oh, I'm so glad I got that on camera. So cute.
Sorry to have interrupted.
Oh no, it was totally worth it, and I must say your hair looks great. Say hello.
Hello. I think Uncle David thought it was too bright.
Yeah, what did he say he looks like?
What did you do to your hair? I don't remember what he said it looks like.
Yeah, what did you do to your hair? And like I said, she's been living with us for over a month. She actually did escape from this cage we bought her at some point, and we couldn't find her, and we were very upset. But Shelly put some wire over the weak spots, and she has been back in her cage for about 2 weeks now, which is really good. Speaking of cute, I just got that whole thing of him running from the cat on camera.
You just made him lose a plume of fur.
Oliver, that wasn't nice.
No.
That wasn't nice.
They're not usually allowed when they're having playtime.
It's not nice, Oliver.
He doesn't care.
Oliver, you're lucky you're everyone on YouTube's favorite. Sweet little face.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie.
Okay, I bought the boys this toy last night, and it was basically filled with popsicle sticks. They destroyed it in a half an hour, and by this morning everything was completely chewed. And now Clyde is playing with the string that is left over. Look at him.
He's just so stinking cute.
Oh, look. The girl's outside for the first time this year. Yes. Are we excited? Are we excited?
They were cleaning each other this morning. Roxy and Nevaeh, and then Isla. Nevaeh was cleaning Roxy. Nevaeh was cleaning Isla. So cute.
Yes, you like it? Mommy just mowed the grass.
Should've just had them mow the grass.
It was really long. Currently, I am working on fixing one of my talking PJ dolls. I have two. This is the second one I got that was in nicer condition, but it's really common for them to lose their legs. So, even though I've already repaired her before, because when I got her, both her legs were off, she broke off again in storage. It happens a lot with these cheaper 70s dolls. And I do have a tutorial on this. Actually, I want to say this is my most viewed tutorial, is how I fix doll legs, because it was one of the first ones I put on this channel. So I'm just letting her leg heat up. And a lot of times when people have dolls with broken legs, they're convinced that the piece didn't break off because it doesn't look broken. Now on PJ, she's been glued and stuff, so it's really obvious that she broke, but I'm telling you that even though they might deceptively look like they're not broken, that is why the leg came off and why it won't stay on, because I don't know how you would even manage to break this and lose that little piece in the hip. And if for some reason that piece is gone, you can make your own new knob. I did that with my other talking PJ because her previous owner must have broken her, and then of course I'm assuming the dad went to fix her and drilled into her leg, so it obliterated what was left of the knob. So I like to let them sit for 24 hours before I attempt to reattach the leg. And while we're doing some doll maintenance, my two Venus McFlytrap dolls here, Swim Class and the first edition. I have other Venus dolls, but they got little paint rubs from, I'm assuming, other dolls' shoes on their faces. You probably can't see from here, but there's a little dot right by this doll's eyebrow and a little dot by this doll's cheek. They've been there a while. I guess I just didn't notice because my Monster High dolls do not wear their shoes in storage if they have paint. And that is for this very reason, because they rub paint on each other. So what I'm doing, I've tried this before with them. I'm going to put a little bit of petroleum jelly on both of their like eye paint. Now, normally like this treatment wouldn't affect the paint because it would probably take many treatments of this to fade factory paint. Factory paint is very durable. However, I have had problems in the past with dolls that are already chipped. Like my first edition Venus came chipped. So she has like an eyebrow chip missing in both of her eyebrows. And my Balloon Beach Frankie, who I got secondhand, had this problem, and whoever owned her had tried fixing it by like using Sharpie. So I had to get rid of the Sharpie, and while I don't think this had any impact on the paint, when I went to wash the treatment off, a lot of her paint came with it. So just in case it had something to do with it, I'm just going to take like a little bit of petroleum jelly out of my Q-tip, and I'm just going to like cover Venus's eyebrow. The mark of a cat that loves you. I just gave Andy a bath and he is following me around the house despite literally just being toweled off a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry that we had to give you a bath, but you're gonna feel better. Yeah, your look will be so itchy and you're not gonna be getting hairballs from all your fur you're shedding. Yeah, go on.
Andy is so fluffy. It's unavoidable that he needs a bath. He's been shedding everywhere. And no matter what we do, he always gets fleas. So, between the bath and the flea collar, that usually gets rid of them. But no baths for Google. Oliver will not let you bathe him. He gets way too stressed out, so we do not bathe him because despite his very fat and happy demeanor, see, he was running away, he thinks he's gonna get a bath, he becomes Cujo the cat in the bath. So I put PJ's broken leg back on, and I was trying to give her a quick little body wash just to get off a little bit of grub, and of course her other leg snapped off too, even though I was being gentle. But in defense of this, I've had her for almost 3 years, and I don't think her legs have popped off like this before. It's my other PJ that's always popping apart. So currently I have this random pile of dolls out because I've been working on various things. So Miss Snow White got fixed, and I had like a video on that, but we're going to be dusting the Snow White shelf soon, so I'm just leaving her down here for safety reasons until we're done. Miss PJ has both legs fixed, and she's all good to go. Then we have my two Venus McFlytrap dolls without stains, all dressed back up. Draculora needed some new earring posts because she had like a tinge of green ear. I explained this in, I think, my Bratzilla's transformation video, but last time I washed her hair, I forgot to take her earrings out and they got wet, and that ended up making her ears green, but that's all set now. I also coated the post of her earrings with a little bit of clear nail polish just in case there was another issue, and then these guys are out for a tutorial. These are 3 dolls we got last week at the Salvation Army. I had to get one of those like real ID licenses, which fortunately I needed to upgrade mine this year anyways, like renew it. But there's the Salvation Army we went to one other time before, right after it opened, and it didn't have anything really, but this time around it was like super loaded with dolls. There were a lot of Bratz and Barbies. We had the other dolls though. So we picked out these, and they were less than $3 for the 3 of them, which was cool. So this is Flava's Tika. She's from the Sporty line. Then this is Puppy Play or something, Stacy. I'll put her name in, I forget. And then this is Jammin' in Jamaica, Madison. Behold all of her glory. I was so excited to find her, and I actually had to go looking for one of her shoes because it had fallen off. But they're beautiful, and I'm going to be washing them soon. So I cleaned my little friends a few days ago. We have Tika, who doesn't look that different, honestly, because she was already so nice. Madison, who I have a whole tutorial on how I fixed this curly hair. She actually looks a lot better than I thought she would. And then this is Puppy Chase Stacy. I had to look it up. I knew it was Puppy something. And her hair's got a little bit of gluiness in it, but nothing too bad. I kind of think she looks like Hidcore Katie because her head's kind of bloated looking in a cute way. Alright, so we have been working on dismantling Brat's shelves for what feels like an eternity. We had to take a break.
Like all summer?
I know, since like June we've been working on doing the dolls in my room. So we had to take a break just because we've been so busy, but now we're back at it. We have the top shelf done. We always start top to bottom, and you can see there's dolls over there, and there's dolls down here, and there's dolls over here. And the point of me turning on the camera was actually to show this Elsa's Treasured Traditions doll. She's Hasbro. I got her at Walmart. Colleen kind of vouched for her. She was $4.50, brand new, and I don't really have an attractive Elsa doll. I have a Mattel one that she's cute, but she kind of looks like a bug, and I got her at the Salvation Army. And this one kind of reminds me more of one of the Disney Store ladies who I've always wanted. So I also really like that she's wearing a different outfit. Her piece is already downstairs, but I thought I'd show her. She's really cute. I didn't actually have to wash her hair or anything because it's so nice that there's like no reason to take it out. Like 99% of the time I do, but she's good. So this is the background we're working with. And if you're wondering why some of my photos seem odd lately, that there's old dolls moving to the top of the photo stream, it's because I used to photograph things like these two Bratz dolls together, and Colleen and I agreed that we wanted to separate them out because they are like different. And likewise with like the twin sets and like family packs, like the sisters, sometimes we photograph for them together. I don't know why.
And certain Barbies.
Yeah, like so if the Barbie's sold in a different outfit, even if they're like from the same line, like foam and color, we're photographing them separately from now on. But if it's like the AA version and the Caucasian version and the Hispanic version of a doll sold in the same outfit, like Swan Lake Odette, for now we're keeping them together.
Yeah, the way we kind of distinguished it is if they come with different clothes and accessories and they're technically a different doll, we're photographing them. But if they're technically a different version of the same doll and they come with the same outfit,
yeah,
we're photographing them
I think the other way we'd split them up is if I had like so many.
Yeah.
Like I have two AA Swan Lake dolls.
And it's really to keep our stream of free, like,
consistent.
yeah.
So yes, that is that. I'm gonna photograph now. I don't want to kill my battery. Hey guys, so I just wanted to finish this episode of Dolly Diaries because it's long overdue. This footage started in May, and for some reason, I don't know, I've done a lot of stuff with my dolls over this long span of time because we're at the end of August now, but I just did not feel like filming. For some reason, I can get in weird moods like that, or I'm just too preoccupied with like getting what I need done, and so I can't be like held back by setting up a camera for 2 seconds. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I can remember working on, and I hope that they can kind of make up for the unshot footage. So obviously I like dusted all of my displays starting at the beginning of the summer. You can see that like the dolls look a lot better than they did. And then these are the backdrops that I worked on with that scrapbook paper I got for my birthday. So some of them are a little bit shorter because when I first started making backdrops, I thought like 3 sides of the box would be enough, but honestly the 4 sides are better. So this is an old side. Some of these are old, but like this is new. Oh, there's a spider on that one. Gross. This one is new. I'm not completely done. I need to get more contact paper to cover these. This one is new. This one here is new. So I was like saving pictures from like those ads you get in the mail for grocery stores and like cutting them out and bagging them because Colleen and I knew we wanted to have some kind of like cool backgrounds with them. So I need to paper this one, contact paper this one too. There's this background. There's this one. One of my favorites is on the back of this one. Nope, not that. It's like a little library. And then there's this one. You guys have seen that. That's the new guide background. There's this one. This is like a sweets themed. Oh, crap. And then on the back of that is like a restaurant themed one. This is a grocery store one. And then this one here has some purple flowers. So I opted to make all of these double-sided, and I have 2 more downstairs that were already double-sided. You'll see better close-ups of these in Flickr pictures and thumbnails and stuff. But yeah, I decided to double side everything to save space, and I've got to get more contact paper. That's why these aren't put away yet. I did get more scrapbook paper books. I was really bad. I got so into this, and there was still a sale going on at Michael's for the scrapbook paper, and I wanted to get some resin, which I'll show you in a minute. So I got this one here. I've already pulled a bunch of sheets out, so you're not going to see anything too exciting. I got this one here, and I got this one on the bottom here. There were 3 for $20 at Michael's instead of $6 each. Excuse them, they were in a photo and their hair needed to dry because it was overgelled. And then here has also been dusted. And I did do some rearranging, like my selfie snaps dolls are in here now, and you'll see like there's gaps that I leave, so I can, like, if I get new dolls, I can shimmy them in. My Disney dolls have been rearranged. You can see my new Elsa right there next to Peter Pan. I have to fix Wendy. Colleen was on that shelf at some point. And then this is where Julie's bed ended up with Ivy, and I pushed things over. So before, the wagon and the bunk bed were side by side, and then my Biddy twins live on the bunk bed. So it took me a while to like figure out how to arrange things, and I did take some of my dolls off display just to make it easier. So there's less Pocahontas dolls. I switched out some of my Belle dolls. And then this is the same, but Felicity and Elizabeth live down here now. And then Kit and Bethan, my 4th Samantha, live over here. And then Marie Grace is with my 2 Addie dolls, and I decided to put her in the cabinet because I will eventually get a Cecile doll, and she has really curly hair, and I think it would be in the best interest for her to like be in the cabinet where she won't get dusty. So yes, I have left a spot for Cecile. Don't know when that will happen. And then, oh, my Snow White dolls have been dusted too. And then this is the birthday card Colleen made me this year. She always makes me one for the past few. These guys are all dusted. And I've been wanting to play around with resin for like charms and stuff for a while, so I bought this mold at Michael's when I got my other scrapbook paper. And I got this epoxy resin, and I had a coupon, a 40% off coupon. So that's why we went back to Michael's to get this, and then they had the scrapbook paper sale going on still. And then these are some of the things that I've made. So some of these have like stickers and sprinkles and shells. So these are all like American Girl sized. It's very hard to find molds that are like properly sized for dolls, but they're really cool. I like them a lot. And I apologize for how dark it is, but we're in the basement. So I used to keep like a bunch of miscellaneous dolls in this container, but I moved my Ever After High and my Live dolls into their own like mini containers, and I'm gonna do that with some of my other smaller collections. And then also I had this big empty container that I was saving for furniture overflow, and Colleen does a lot of like thumbnail photos and like fancy photos for Flickr stuff, and when she was in our container over there for like household things, it was just crazy. The lid wouldn't even close, so we just moved like the bathroom and the laundry room in there. And you might recognize this box from one of my transformation videos. I got it at Salvation Army, and I never showed how I organized it. So this is for like my earrings. These are not all my American Girl earrings. I pulled out like the felty liner thing that was in it because it was really dirty, and it had like slots for rings that were useless. So this is like all of my Girl of Today earrings. They're kind of messed up because Colleen was in here. So this was like my grandmother's jewelry box, and I showed this before on one of my earring tutorials, but this is where I keep like my Girl of the Year and historical earrings. So like each girl has kind of like her own box. So this is like Caroline's, Elizabeth's, you get the idea. And this is where Frightfully Tall Frankie lives now, in my parents' old room with some of my other oversized dolls. She used to be on the bunk bed with my Hopscotch Hill Gwen, but now my Biddy twins are there. And then Pearl and Jodie live on top of the bed here. And the reason they're not with my American Girls is because they don't sit well, and I don't have like a lot of standing room, so they just hang out here for now. But I can rotate them in my room if I want and feel like it. And then this is kind of like my list keeping notebook and like my monthly goals for dolls. It's been a while since I showed this, so Like, you know, you can see like those were May goals. Those were like the things we worked on. This is a list of all of the American Girl outfit retakes that we're gonna need. I think I showed this on an episode of Dolly Transformations. These are like things that I want to do in albums for Flickr, so you can see like where we've checked things off, like the photo retakes and things. These are June goals, July goals, lots of extras on there. These were August goals. And then these are some Flickr photo retakes for our My Story series, and also like just some of the more elaborate setups that we want to redo with backgrounds, because some of those photos were really just ugly. So that's all I could think of for now that I've like done the past few months. I know I've done more, but a lot of it was like stuff on Flickr or making videos, things like that, things that wouldn't have been interesting here anyways. Next time I start an episode of Dolly Diaries, I will be sure to actually film myself doing some things. And I'm sure there's stuff I forgot that I've been doing, but I can't remember anymore because it's been like so many months now. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.